you think she's scared? Alex took the wrong mic, so I'm going to exchange it.
Okay. I'll wait.
Please carry on.
Talk to them first. Okay. We have quality control on the phone. So Nord's mom is watching the whole thing, and if she can't hear anything or if something's wrong, she's gonna call. Very cute. Anyway, so as I was saying, like for example, there's this breath called Kapalabhati. So I'll tell you a story while we're waiting for them. This is breath called Kapalabhati where you're supposed to pump your stomach like this. And if you don't know how to breathe, what happens is this. And when you do that, you actually end up with inguinal hernia. So it's really important to be breathing properly. And when do we teach someone how to breathe? 5 or 10 years after asana, or on the first day they come to you? Which one is it? It's actually on the first day. Because breathing properly is part of good asana. Your postures are affected by your breath. And if you don't know how to breathe, the energy flowing through you when you do your asana is not correct. And your success in actually doing poses is very limited. It's going to take you a long time to progress. Because we are more than just physical. And you'll find that out later. So, whereas in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and this is where a lot of Hatha Yoga schools get it wrong. In the second chapter of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it says that Kumbhaka should be done after mastery of the asanas has completed. Now, people have mistranslated that to mean, I'm going to do asana only for 5 or 10 years until I've mastered everything, then I will learn how to breathe. But learning how to breathe is not holding your breath. So yes, when I have a little bit more discipline and a little bit more internal awareness, I will hold my breath. But that doesn't stop me from learning how to breathe when I start doing yoga poses. So what's happened is, in a lot of yoga schools, they don't teach you pranayama till years and years later. But this actually affects your asana. Whereas there are some schools in India, before they teach you pranayama, you're a whole week just doing this. For a whole week, even before you do asana, you're doing nadi shodhana for a whole week. And the reason why is because they say that once your nervous system and energies are more balanced, you're more successful. I know a dance school in Russia that includes pranayama in their dance training because it makes you more flexible. So there's a few. I work with energy. I do a sort of. I'm just telling you stories before the mic comes. I hope you don't mind. Everyone okay? I do this yoga called Himalayan Kriya Yoga. It's a practice. I don't do hatha anymore. It's boring for me now. I do a yoga called Himalayan Kriya Yoga. It's energy work. We do a lot of breath work, mudras, and chanting, and that opens your energy channels. And I've done healing sessions for people where they had a blockage in their heart chakra, and I pulled the blockage out. And they've never been able to do the camel in their whole life. And I'm sat there looking at them and I'm like, do the camel. And they're like, well, I've never done the camel in my whole life. I'm like, you can do it now. And after the heart chakra blockage is pulled out, they're in the camel and they're like, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Because we're more than just physical. So take that limiting belief out of your mind that it's going to take you forever to learn an asana. Okay? What you're going to find and I'm saying this off camera, what you're going to find in the next few weeks is that you're going to progress really quickly if you learn how to breathe. Okay?
You're not saying it off camera.
No, I'm not. That's for us to know. Some things you just need to be here to find out. Okay. All right. Did you see your mom on the way in?
No,
Okay. All right. So we're going to start. The first thing we're going to do is learn how to use our diaphragm. So again, these are beginner breath techniques. So I'm going to have you lie down and I'll show you what you're going to do. You're going to lie down and keep your knees bent so that your spine is relaxed and on the ground. As you inhale, you're going to put the block on your belly button. As you inhale, I want you to put your breath under the block so it rises up. And as you exhale, I want you to draw your navel towards your spine to empty your lungs. Do not use your surface muscles to move the block because you don't need to breathe to do that. I want you to use your breath. So everyone lie down. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. Make sure your body is relaxed. As you inhale, you put your breath under the block. And as you exhale, you can feel the belly moving towards the spine. Mike, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So using your breath, keep your breath steady, smooth, and freely flowing. Close your eyes. Breath smooth and freely flowing. Feel the block rise up as you inhale. Feel the block drop down as you exhale. Try to breathe very slow. And you will notice what helps you to breathe slow is relaxing your body's muscles. And the more and more we relax, the slower your breath becomes. I'm going to walk around now and check on you to make sure you're breathing properly. As you inhale, make sure the block rises up. Nord will walk around and help you and make sure you're breathing properly. And make sure your belly goes in as you exhale. If he sees your rib cage going up, that means that perhaps you're not breathing correctly. And he's going to come and help you out. We have around 3 more minutes with this breath practice. Imagine that the block is floating on a sea of breath. And as the tide of your breath comes in, the block rises. And as the tide of the breath comes out, your block drops down. You are a sea of breath. And this is more true than you think. We've been doing this breath practice for a while. I want you to start observing how it's making you feel in your physical body. What parts of your physical body are being affected by this breathing? Check in on yourself and see. Now, how is the breath energy flowing through you? Close your eyes. Either you can see it or you can feel it. How is the energy flowing through you? What shape is it making? Remember, don't force. Relax. Allow. Relax. Slow down your breath. Let go of the contraction of your muscles of the body, and the breath will slow down. How is this breathing affecting your mind? How about your emotions? If you could describe this breathing in one word, what word would it be? Continue to observe for a few more moments. Physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally. How is this breath affecting you? Slowly remove the block from your belly and just take a few moments to observe finally. Roll to your right side and slowly
come up to seated. I'm going to break silence for this discussion we're about to have on how this breath technique felt. So you can talk. Okay? Right. And I just want to ask you, so I'm not going to tell you what it does. I'm going to ask you how it felt. You can raise your hand if you want to talk, and you need to talk loud. Okay. Yes, my dear. Relaxing. So we have physical, we have energetic, we have mental, and we have emotional. And I guess your physical body relaxes. What else? Did anyone feel it in a particular part of the body? Yes. Okay, so calm would be like mental. Okay, anyone felt it in any particular part of the body? Yes. Third eye. Okay, so someone felt some kind of energy thing in the third eye. What else? Yes. Energy going through the whole body. Okay. Anyone else? How about physical? You guys are maybe a little bit more switched on than other normal people. But did you feel it in any particular physical part of your body? Yes. Felt it in your throat. Okay, you guys are space cadets, aren't you? Did anyone feel it in your legs or internal organs? Some people did. They're raising their hand. Yes. Internal organs. Why do we feel it in our internal organs? Because the diaphragm sits right above them. And if you take it a notch down into the physical realm, you will feel it in your internal organs. Maybe you guys are in the more subtle bodies, which is a good thing. Okay? But really, what I'm looking for is internal organs. This is a massage for your internal organs, which is valuable. Yeah? To help your systems function correctly. In fact, in acupuncture, in the Chinese meridian system, they recommend 5 minutes a day of belly breathing so that your internal organ function is improved. Okay? All right, so energy, we've got a lot of energy flows happening in the body. Anyone else have any energetic observations? Yes. Could be sore from yesterday, or could the energy could be penetrating into your legs and your physical body is responding. Yeah. Okay. So sometimes we have energy flow also in the legs, the whole body. Mentally, anyone else have any mental insights to how it made them feel? Balanced? Hmm? Emotional. Okay, so let's go to the emotional. So maybe what kind of emotions, if you don't mind me asking? Some kind of sadness. We hold a lot of emotion in our lower body. We have a lot of dark emotions in our lower body. And sometimes these emotions come up when the energy opens you up. These emotions get released. So every time you feel emotional when you're doing pranayama or some kind of breathing work, allow it. Sit with the emotion, observe it, but remember, it's not you. Okay? These emotions actually get in the way of your asana. Yeah? And I'll talk more about that when we talk about different kinds of experiences. But sometimes these emotions come up because the prana is entering that area where they're stored. And when the prana enters the area that they're stored, sometimes these emotions are replaced by something higher and they come out of you. As they come out of you, you will experience them. But what you don't want to do is bottle them back down. You want to experience them and let them go. Then you will have a better journey. Okay? So, what happens usually, so lower body emotions come out. Okay. I have to remember to use the mic so I don't lose my voice. Okay, now we're going to do a different breath technique. It's called the rib cage or chest breath. So you're going to use your block and you're going to put it underneath your rib cage, not on your lower back. So where does the block go? This is where your ribs start. The block goes above your rib cage. Okay, not below. No, yes. You're going to put the block there and maybe you're going to have a cushion under your head. So let me show you how it looks. I can borrow your equipment. No, yes. We want the block to pop up your ribs. So now my ribs are open. I can feel them stretching. When I inhale, they open. But belly is not squeezed. When I inhale, they open. When I exhale, they shut. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to breathe into my heart space. Inhale, exhale. Got it? Okay. If you have a really good back bend, you don't need the cushion under your head. Otherwise, put the cushion under your head. Put the legs in any way that's comfortable for you. The suggested one is soles of the feet together, knees apart. Otherwise, you can bend the knees, however it feels comfortable for you. You can go lengthwise or you can go sideways. Yeah.
Let us free each other without pain, without worry. Breathe into the center of your heart. Feel the expansion on the inhale. And as you exhale, dropping your ribs down. Feel your heart space opening as you inhale and closing as you exhale. Make sure your neck and shoulders feel comfortable. Focus on the heart space and also the space between the ribs. Feel those areas expanding on the inhale and slowly dropping down on the exhale.
slow and mindfully. Making sure to observe the expansion of the ribs. You will feel a stretch in this area. And also their contraction.
She's using her belly. This posture.
Start to observe how this breathing is affecting you physically. Which parts of your physical body you feel the breath? And take note of how the breath energy is flowing. See the shape or feel how the energy is flowing through you. How is this energy making you feel? What's the quality of this energy? What kind of emotions or mental patterns are rising? How is your mind stream reacting to this breath? How are your emotions reacting to this breath? We have one more minute in this experience. If you could summarize this breathing in one word, what word would it be? Focus on the feeling it's giving you.
Now slowly, extending your legs and putting your elbows beside you. Drawing your belly in a little bit, press yourself up to a sitting position. And then bend your knees and hug them, dropping your chin to your chest. Just remaining here for a while to counter pose. And when you're ready, slowly sit up. And let's discuss this new breath technique, chest/rib cage breathing. So it's a different experience. So let's pull it back to physical reality. Anyone have any observations on the physical? Where did you feel the breath? Anyone? Yes.
I felt it in my shoulders because at the beginning I had my shoulders like stuck and very strong, and then they were like kind of sinking down.
Okay. Shoulders, yeah. Anything else? Yes.
My movements were like arms, relaxed. Okay.
What's interesting about arms is arms are connected. This part of your arm is connected with your heart chakra. That's why we hug people. You hug someone, it's like, I'm taking you into my heart space. These are the wings of the heart. Yeah, and it's a little bit more technical than that, but let's save that for later. Okay, anyone else? Yes.
The back.
Back of the ribs. Yeah, okay. Back of the ribs. Yes. Yes, those are called, the muscles between your ribs are called intercostals. And yes, they're getting a good stretch, which is really good for them because the more you can open your ribs, the lung capacity increases. If you look at, like, let's say, really advanced yogi, Iyengar, for example, and how big his chest is, it's because the ribs can really open. And that, in fact, that will help you when you do back bends. The more mobile the ribs are, the more back bendy you get. Okay. Let's go to energy. So what kind of energy did you feel this time? Yes. Hmm? Expansion. Beautiful. So from the heart outwards. Okay, anything else? How about the quality of the energy? Was it calm? No. Ready to do something, yes. So it's different than last time. Last time was calm. This time is a little bit invigorating, yes? Okay, how about mentally? Emotionally? Anyone have anything to say about this?
Mentally is a little challenging.
Challenging. And what was the challenge here?
I just kept wanting to pull the block out.
Okay, so you're resisting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance in this area for you. How about you?
For me, it was like I felt a few ants crawling on me, but I was like, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, the
about
ants.
it yet.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
yesterday I was so irritated by them, but now I was like,
Now you're a little bit more tolerant of the ants. Maybe because when the heart space opens, we become more tolerant.
You don't mind things so much when the heart space opens up. It's beautiful. Okay?
Then a bit of tolerance.
Any emotions? We're good. Yeah? Okay. All right. It's a little difference. Did you notice the difference between the belly breathing and the rib cage? Different. Which tells us that if we breathe into different parts of the body, you get a different effect. As I said, as the prana flows into the different parts of you, these different parts of you are in charge of different things in your psycho-emotional, mental, physical, energetic. Each chakra has a different energy. You breathe into a chakra, you get a different effect. The last one, we breathed into the lower chakras. Swadhisthana Muladhara. Now we're breathing into Manipura and Anahata. We'll learn about the chakras a little bit more in depth next week. Okay. Now we're going to breathe into, finally, different place. This one takes a little introduction because most people are only looking at the front of their body. Most people aren't really aware of what's behind them. The kidneys are behind you. If you find the lower ribs, the floating ribs, kidneys are a little bit below that. So we're going to breathe into this lower part of your back and you're going to feel like your ribs inflating like that. We're going to access our kidneys. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go into the child's pose. So if you have a knee problem that prevents you from doing this, then you're just going to lie on your belly. Okay? Otherwise, put your butt on your heels and bring your knees a little bit together so that when you drop down and you breathe, your breath goes here into your kidneys. Think of inflating your kidney wings. Inflating your kidney wings. Think of how a beetle opens up its shell and the wings kind of unfold. So that's what we're kind of doing with our breath. Take your breath slow and focus on the kidney area. So we're gonna have a few more minutes here. Start to observe how it's making you feel. Physical body, energy, mind stream, emotions. How would you describe this feeling? Take your final 3 breaths. And then we're going to slowly come up. And once more discuss how it made you feel. Okay, physical, anyone? Which part of your body did you feel that? Yes.
I felt like my kidneys when I was inhale, like the top of my gut was like the energy was really close.
Okay, so it's like they were doing this.
Yeah. This opening and then closing
Yeah.
the lip.
Yes.
More wings.
Beautiful. So you felt the wing effect. That's good. So expansion in the kidney area.
Anyone else?
Physical. Yes.
Oh no, that's not physical. Sorry.
Oh,
It's quite intense. In which way? Give me a description of the intensity. What kind of intensity was it?
Felt a lot heavier.
Heavier.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. The reason why you felt heavier is because the kidney breath actually allows energy to open up the back and expand down into the lower body. Okay. There's another reason also when we talk about energy. Anyone felt your lower back being massaged by the kidney breath? Lower back massage or expansion of the lower back. Yeah? Okay. So we'll say expansion of the back. Energy. How did the energy feel? Yes.
Grounded.
Grounding, yeah. So the two of you are experiencing the same thing. The heaviness, the grounding, because again, energy is flowing into the lower portions of your back body. Anything else? The kidneys and this kidney meridian. You talk about the kidney meridian, you talk about the yin energy of the body. Yin energy, which is a different quality than the energy that's flowing through you when you open your chest. They're opposite. Okay, you're talking about the yin energy of the body. You're talking about not an active, engaging energy, but a soft kind of, maybe a little bit like the water element. So the heaviness is there, but still it's flowing. Okay, so it's a little bit different kind of energy. So I'm going to put yin energy here. This yin energy balances the fire of the body. Okay, emotions. Any emotions or mental things? Okay. So again, a different kind of energy. Because you're breathing into a different part of your body. It's got a different effect on you. So, what happens, do you think? Let's say, applying to asana, which one would you use when you're doing a back bend? Absolutely. You breathe into your heart and ribs when you're bending backwards. How about when you're bending forwards? Which one would you use? The kidneys. Yes? So, we'll try it today. So I will use breathe into your heart. Breathe into your kidneys. I will use those terms and now you know how. And let's see how it helps us. Which one would you use at the end of the class in Shavasana? Belly breathing. Why? Because it helps you relax. Okay? So we're starting to apply the breath. Would you use belly breathing when you're doing yoga poses? No. Why not? Because it disengages your abs and your spine has less support. So do not use this unless you're lying down. Then you can use it. Because your back is supported by the ground. Otherwise, you wouldn't use it. Unless your back is supported by the ground, either I'm lying on my back or I'm lying on my belly, I've got the support of the ground, I can use belly breathing. Do not use this for warriors. Do not use this for sitting poses. Do not use this for asana. Because your back has no support, you're going to get back pain. Understand me? Okay. So we better learn how to use these breaths. Your body will be in a better shape. What happens if we use them all together? Then we get to a type of breath called the complete yogic breath or full yogic breath. Or sometimes just yogic breathing. You're using as much of your breath capacity as you can. Combining all these areas. It's a very slow and mindful way to breathe. So I'm going to show you. So first I'm going to lie down. I'm going to talk first. I'm not going to show you. Then I'll drop the mic and do it. Okay. So you're breathing into all these areas at the same time. Your breath is expanding downwards upwards, front ways, behind you, and to the sides. Because it's such a deep breath, it's slower. It takes you longer to fill. So you need to be mindful and concentrate. The epicenter is here in your diaphragm. But you're expanding up, down, right, left, front, and back. Like a balloon. Completely. Let me show you. I will only do one breath. When I do this, I'm inhaling. When I do this, I'm exhaling. Okay? That was one breath. Okay? Very slow. You need to relax your body. And imagine that the breath is filling your bones. Because we're not just working with a physical breath here. We're working with energy. So take your time. Are you ready? Okay, everybody lie down. Let's try it for like 5 minutes. Take your time.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do we feel with the air first? Like
Okay, what do you feel first? For some people, it helps. If you start from the lower part of you, feel that first, and then feel the prana filling you like a vase. Okay? Right. Remember, just don't just do it physically, so don't compartmentalize your breath. Like first belly, then kidney. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't use your mind. Just observe how the breath fills you like a vase. Okay, go.
Where are we
The more you relax your arms and legs, the better the experience will be. So start to really soften these areas. And then bring your entire awareness into observing the breath fill you. And then empty slowly. One more minute. Do one last breath. You go to normal breathing and observe how you feel. And then slowly bring your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Hug your knees. Roll to one side and slowly come up. Does anyone have any sharing about how this felt for you? Yes.
I felt some pulsation in Manipur.
Pulsation in Manipur. Yeah, because Manipur is the epicenter. That's where your diaphragm is. It's the epicenter of your breath is in Manipur.
I at first found it very difficult to really breathe in fully. It felt like limited. Like if I breathe into the belly, I can like feel my belly. But like this, it was. I came to the point where when I tried to breathe more, it started to hurt inside.
Yeah, we're opening energy channels. It's not only the physical body. And you might feel a little resistance the first time you practice the complete yogic breath. But what you'll find as you continue and progress in this practice, your body starts to open up and you actually have more room. The more you practice, the more room you have. It's really neat.
I was gonna say something similar to him, but also after the exercise was finished, I felt really like lightheaded. Like,
You felt lightheaded.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting more air than you usually do. You're getting more oxygen in your brain than you usually do, which is actually a good thing. Yeah?
I
Yeah.
think not doing as long as you can.
Yeah, because you haven't practiced as long as me. So first time you try it, of course it's gonna be a little short, but the more you practice, the longer your breath becomes because you end up finding other places to feel, just to share. I'm not just feeling my breathing, like, I'm not just feeling my lungs, like, I can feel the breath going into my bones. Like, literally, I feel my bones getting inflated. And you got a lot of bones, and that's why it takes so long, you know? But this kind of thing, it takes practice. It takes practice to access. Just remember, we're not only filling ourselves up with oxygen and the physical breath. We're filling ourselves up with prana. Prana is not physical. Energy is not in the physical realm, but it exists. Okay, we'll find out where it is later. Yes, you're gonna say.
Feeling of frog fits.
Okay, cold
My
feet.
last baby, I was feeling like very cold from the bottom, and then when I was bathing, I was a weak sweat.
Yeah, you might feel like hot and cold sensations is sometimes how your body picks up energy. So your body can pick up energy by hot and cold sensations. So sometimes you will feel hot or cold, and this is just the energy flowing. Yeah. Yes.
Maybe at the very end when we saw that, I had like a few hiccups.
A few hiccups. Hiccups are a way in which we release. Burping, hiccups, yawning. Those are release because we filled ourselves up with prana. And so things are coming out of you, which is all right. Okay, so we're going to practice this week these breathings, but we're also going to give you other breath practices that are suitable for the beginner experience. Okay, there's a couple more that beginners can take advantage of. But right now we're going to do a little bit of a break. Going to give you a toilet break, 5-minute toilet break. And then we're going to do some asana. Today we're going to learn the story of the downward dog. Okay, it's a long story. So I didn't tell it to you yesterday. Okay, so 5-minute break.